What's going on? Good afternoon. How are you? How are you? Welcome to the program. Ladies and gents, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends. My name is Alan Cox. Thank you for showing up. Say hi to Bill Squire, who's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
There's Mary Santora.
Hi, guys. No babies.
Very exciting to see her.
Yeah. It's a good day. I'm into it.
It's 87.
I don't believe that.
Were you outside?
Yeah.
I haven't been outside since this morning. It's not 87 out there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's hot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was driving all day.
Why does he feel so different? Yeah,
I'm freezing.
I'm
I'm
says
goosebumps
84.
right now.
82 is what my watch says. So.
Wow.
What's the temperature in this room, Bill?
68.7.
Oh, well,
Yeah, that's
okay.
perfect.
Don't
That's
even-
comedy numbers right there.
No.
But it was like really hot in here before, so I dialed it back a little.
Am I allowed to dial it up?
Maybe that's part of it.
Look at it. Look
Goosebumps.
at the goosebumps on my arm.
Yeah, well.
I'm not making it up.
All right. Hey, Poundcake's back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He's upset
What?
What's your problem?
What
he
happened?
was thieved.
What do you mean you were thieved?
Someone stole my cord for my headphones out of here.
Oh, I thought maybe you were over at Top Golf.
No.
What happened there?
They got
Somebody got
thieved?
carjacked last night. at Top
really?
Golf, yeah.
Jeez.
Somebody stole your what cord?
I have a cord that is specifically for my headphones, and it's a really long one, so I can answer the phones. I can slide around here and do my things. I put it behind the monitor every day after I'm done with the show, and someone took it.
And this is for years that you've been doing that.
Years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's new?
I don't know. I mean, I was in there this morning doing some work, but I wasn't messing around and even notice a cord in there.
AC cord capturer?
Listen, what did I tell you the very first day on the show? Never leave anything in these rooms. Everybody thinks that like Poundcake thinks that's his room.
I don't think it's my room. But
Anyone can go in there, though. You know what I mean?
But
Erica
no one
used
really
to have.
does.
When Erica was in there, people were stealing her pens all the time. Like, take everything with you and lock it up at the end of the night, or throw it in the office or whatever. That's locked. You don't leave anything in these rooms
It's so
because
dumb.
anyone can come in and go, "Oh, a cord. I need one." It might not have even been malicious. They might have literally gone room to room looking for an aux cord, and then said, "Oh, there's one," and then forget to bring it back.
And assume that it's just station equipment.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
sure. And they're like $2. So they figure, well, it's just
No,
not the
his is
point.
like a longer one that's like an extension cord for his headphones because he uses his Beats and they don't have a real long cable on them. And those are like $20.
Okay, $20.
But
I'll
it's
give you
still-
20. But it's like a 1/4-inch cord, a 3/4-inch cord. I
Yeah,
mean, like, you
but-
know, whatever, you know?
like 20
Why let that stop you from having the kind of day that 87 degrees outside would require?
It's only 73 in Rocky River.
Nah, well, I don't know what to tell
I'm
you.
telling you, it's always so much, and I know it's right on the river, or whatever, lake, but it's always so much chillier.
Tell you
and
what it
then we
is.
don't-
Rocky River has a higher female population there. And so they get...
They crank it up?
Well, no.
The cold shoulder.
They are getting it's really stupid. It sounded okay in my head.
That's okay.
No,
Do you want to keep trying?
No, I don't want to
You
keep
wanna-
trying.
Timing isn't
Come on.
important to comedy, Alan.
I know
all right.
that.
Get
I
it
know
out.
That. I know that,
Try
Bill.
it.
I know.
Just try to figure out
I was
where you
trying
were
to do
going.
like an 80 cents on the dollar thing. And it's, you know, it's,
okay.
their temperature is lower because
Yes.
it was stupid. What do you
Yes.
want?
Also, you forgot about periods and emotional, and there was a lot. You
Oh,
could have
I didn't
unraveled
forget
there.
about periods, Mary. How could I possibly?
I did. What are those?
I'm married to a woman.
They go at the end of a sentence, indicate a pause. The
There you
end
go.
of
And
the
there's
end
been
of an idea.
A lot of
Stop,
controversy
not a pause.
lately. A lot of controversy lately over whether or not there should still be 2 spaces after a period when you're writing. This is viable or valuable information for Poundcake here, who's writing his weekly Pound Takes.
When has that ever been a thing?
2
Always.
spaces? Always.
Always?
I'm a 2-space guy, and now
2
all of a
spaces
sudden...
after a period.
Yeah.
And when
Always?
Always.
Always.
That's what they APA format or whatever.
AP style book. We
Oh,
learned-
that's AP stuff. Yeah, that's not.
No.
AP's
APA
different.
is like American Print
No,
Association or something
alternate.
like that.
Well, no, the Associated Press, the AP style book back in the day in J school.
What is-
they would give you? You might be right too, but it's always been a double space after a period, and now apparently because it's 2020, even that is coming into question. Even the noble period is becoming politicized.
There
right?
was
They say
APA
no, only 1 space. If we make it 2 spaces, that puts it further to the right.
There was APA and MLA, I remember.
But Well, I'm old, so I'm going back to the AP style book. So you may be correct.
Because I had back-to-back English classes, 2 different semesters, 2 different professors. So one of them, we had to do all of our stuff, all of our papers in APA format, and then it switched. The next semester, we had a new professor, and they had to do it in MLA. So, like, right when you got used to one format, you had to do another one.
There you go.
No, that's like
APA style.
This like goes back to when you have to use typewriters.
This is
okay,
this is a real thing about writing papers and stuff.
I'm seeing that that's what it is.
But the rules...
I haven't written a paper in 38 years.
Right, but the rules...
That's how old I am.
I mean, I wasn't writing my papers on typewriters. I mean, I'm old, but I'm not that old. And they transferred over to word processors and computers and, you know, all the paper... Poundcake, he was a English major. I'm sure he remembers all this. Like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
Microsoft
the
Word
bears
now.
can smell the menstruation.
Microsoft Word up is what...
Microsoft Word now flags double spaces as errors, ending the great space debate.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I am on the right side of history.
By not writing?
By not using
By not
the double
having done a
space.
paper in 38
yeah.
years?
Yeah.
Man,
But
right.
I've written things, but I've never used the double space after a period.
All I'm going to say is double space forever. You're not going to tell me what to do, right? I'm no journalism sheeple.
You got to be teachable, Alan. You got to be open to new ideas in the way society is evolving, and this is one of those things. Say goodbye to the ways of the past. This is part of the systemic racism that's out there.
Double
the double
spacing.
space, trying to keep us farther apart.
Yeah, okay,
Single
I'll do it.
space.
Yeah, I'll do
Coming
single space.
together.
All right, you made some sense, Bill. Yeah.
When I started writing for Pressure Life, which is a local magazine, they did. They told me, "Hey, you don't have to double space," and they said I didn't have to indent paragraphs.
Well, their copy editors do that. Probably
that was a new thing where they were like, "Hey, you're not writing an essay in high school. You don't have to indent your paragraphs. Like we know when the next
I see.
idea starts."
I still
kind
do
of
that
a
when I
thing.
write my pound
So
takes.
do I.
Bill
I
must
do that
take
when I
those out.
journal.
Well, because when I copy it into the website, it doesn't take any of that stuff. It just takes the words. So I have to space it all out.
It's just
And I'm
force of habit. I don't
but
mean to do it,
I'll
but-
do the first one. I'll do the tab on the very beginning of the article, but then the rest of them, you don't need to tab in.
What you should do is justified format where it blocks it all out, but some lines you'll have big spaces in between the
Yes.
letters because it's trying to stretch it out for some reason. Do it that way. So we're like reading along and then like, and then I went home. Okay. Like a little bit of a ride, you know, when you're reading the pound take.
New one tomorrow.
New one tomorrow, right?
About the racial dating apps.
Yeah, the racial filters,
Yeah.
the ethnicity filters, and you know that show called Dating Naked, Alan.
Yes. Love dating naked.
This pound take is going to be called Dating Racist.
All right.
Bumble just sent
You
out
should
a
call
message.
it. Can I suggest the title?
What?
Ethnicity filters.
That's funny.
You can use it as
Okay, I'll take that into consideration.
or work it in there somewhere.
It was funny the timing of it because we were talking about that Monday, I think, and Bumble sent out a message today like, "Hey, we got rid of the ethnicity filter on our app."
Because Grindr did it too, and I didn't know what they were talking about. I was like, ethnicity filter, that's racist. Immediately, I've never even used it. I'm coming up on my 10-year gay anniversary, and I had no idea.
She almost spit that up. Her gay anniversary.
July 3rd is my gay anniversary.
The ding got me.
Oh, well, I mean, give credit where credit
Him
is
too.
due. Ironically, one day before Independence Day.
And one day after my brother's birthday.
Oh, look at that.
Does he get upset about that?
That I stole that from him too.
That you co-opted his attention for his birthday?
He was trying to hook me up with this chick and for his birthday, and I'm like,
It's a weird present.
yeah.
What, do you just want to watch?
No,
okay.
this chick had a chick that she was with.
Oh.
So yeah, and I was like, nah, bruh.
I'm hella gay.
That's
Hella
pretty much how it
gay.
came out. I didn't mean to come out that day, but he was just getting on my nerves.
Wow. So every birthday, July the 2nd, you go, happy birthday to you, and tomorrow I'm gay officially.
Yeah.
Now blow out the candles.
Alan, you've been on the air here longer than he's been gay.
True.
Like out gay.
Yeah.
And I have to do something.
I've been out on the radio in Cleveland longer than you've been out as a gay man. Think about
What are you
that.
gonna do?
a decade of gay. I don't know. I'm scared of coronavirus. I would have like an orgy, but
Are you
like,
gonna do like the
We have an
tens?
orgy.
You're gonna do 10 dudes and then do 10 shots and then you know what I mean? Because it's a decade.
I don't know.
Oh, is that what a decade is?
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did get it.
Independence Day.
I'm going to double space myself from this conversation.
Long live the Oxford comma!
Hey, that one, I'm with you on that one.
Oh, I see. So, you're with the Oxford comma, but not the double
Oxford comma
space.
makes a lot of sense.
Well, so does the double space after a period.
Hey, if you're using a typewriter.
No, or a word processor. Typewriters,
Okay.
Typewriters haven't been a thing for 25 years, 30 years. We were using Mac Classics in college.
All right, well, Microsoft says it's wrong.
Microsoft. Who uses that? Come on.
Yeah.
What do you use?
Probably everybody.
Yeah, right. You don't use Word?
I use Google Docs because I didn't want to buy.
What's on a Mac? I don't know. Okay, listen, I've got to take a break here, and we'll return. If you want to join us, 216-578-1007, 800-348-1007. You can text me, 35192, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.
800-348-1007. 35192. Send me a text. And AlanCoxShow.com. I got the new Instagram hotties up there for you. We've got a clip of Wilhelmina's last call there for you as well.
Very good.
A lot of people throwing in on their punctuation here on the texts. But listen, I'm glad that people are so hyper-focused on their writing. Mm-hmm. Listen, when you hit space twice on your text, it sends a period, at least on iPhones, if you want to just put a period at the end. Although I have been told in the past, and I see this borne out in kind of anecdotal surveys, that people who use periods in texts, those messages come across as more aggressive.
Yeah.
Like people have given me a hard time because my texts are so succinct. Somebody can write me a big long thing and I'll go, okay, send, right? Because that's getting my point across.
Yeah.
I don't need to respond in kind, You've over-explained yourself. I'm going to under-explain myself.
I'm an over-explainer.
On
sure.
text you are?
Oh, yeah.
I think talk-to-text has ushered that in.
No, I use my thumbs.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
She's very thummy.
Yeah. Today I was...
I see people doing talk-to-text, and I'm like, why not just call them?
I agree with that.
Because they're talking, in the period, question mark,
Sometimes the other person doesn't want to talk. They're texting, but you're doing something else. Like I'll do talk to text when I'm driving, but that's about it.
I see. Alan, I was listening to the Justice for All, and one of the people used the phrase, for all the Karens.
Yeah, Ramona Robinson did.
Isn't that a racist term against nosy white women?
No. It's an identifier.
Listen, first of all, it's not anyone's fault except theirs that they're nosy white women.
That's something you can
We're not
control.
It's not incumbent upon us to come up with a name that makes them happy. I mean, again, Mary doesn't like it because she feels it's unfair to Karens.
Not at all. I never said that.
You said it's like the N-word.
I never said that.
You refer to it as the K word.
I have absolutely never said that.
You think it's a joke that's played out.
I think, yes, it's very annoying.
I have an ex named Karen, and I haven't spoken to her in many, many years. She's married, children, the whole bit. But boy, I'm like, love to hit her up and see what she thinks about this.
Drives me nuts.
I have she wouldn't be an ex, a notch named Karen, and she is such a sweet girl that I feel bad that her name's being used this way.
Yeah.
Bill, as far as I know, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm almost positive that the proud people of Cambodia don't like to be referred to as notches. I believe that is not the proper nomenclature these days.
Well, that's not a part of Asia she's from.
Oh, well, listen. You're talking about India, of course.
No.
Uh-huh. Right. The people who complain about the Karen thing are still the same people who whine to me incessantly when Poundcake greets everyone with afternoon white people, right? And they'll go, that's offensive. And I go, no, just to trolls that's offensive. Mm-hmm. Oh. There's no actual person who gets offended by that. Certainly no fan of this show. If it's your first day listening, you might be taken aback by that, but you certainly would not be offended.
Well, it's like the people...
You're trying to make some kind of watery thin point.
It's like the people that will go, like, well, there's a white guy, there's a girl, 18-year-old girl, murdered at a stoplight in Akron over the weekend. And there's news about that, and there's an article that I was reading, and one of the comments, like, third down, was some white guy like, well, there was a white guy that was found dead too, or there was a guy that was found dead, but he must have been white because it's not in the news. It's like, no, it's a different situation than someone that is executed at a stoplight versus someone that OD'd behind a dumpster.
Or even if white guys get killed too. That sucks too.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody getting killed by law enforcement.
And they don't do news articles like that. They don't go, here's everyone that was murdered.
Maybe they should. Give their ethnicity, where and why and where they were. This guy was, he had a needle in his arm and he was behind a dumpster. It's like a little game. You get to play where
Clue?
you think they were. Yeah. In the library with a candlestick. Professor Plum.
There he is.
Who are the other ones? Miss Mustard?
No, Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard. Why did I think Miss Mustard? Who are the clue characters? Right,
Peacock.
Miss Mustard.
Hey, Miss Mustard.
Mr. White.
That old AFI song. So good. Oh, Davey Havoc, where have you gone?
Mustard.
Hey, Miss Mustard.
There was Professor Plum.
Okay.
There was
Mrs. White.
Miss Scarlet.
Miss Scarlet.
Mm-hmm.
There was
I just
who's Green.
Colonel Mustard, Mrs. Green, right?
Mrs. Green.
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green.
Oh, it's a Mr. Green. Okay.
Mrs. Peacock.
I said Mrs. Peacock.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And Mr. White.
Mrs. White.
Mrs. White.
Yeah.
Mrs. Betty White.
I just got to look up the cast of the movie Clue right now because there was some
And
Christopher Lloyd was Professor Plum.
Yeah, I don't care about any of them. I
was
like
there
the
a black
girls.
one?
No.
There was no. Okay.
Tim Curry was in that movie too. Who had the boobs? Leslie Ann Warren? Who was still?
Scarlett.
Who was,
Summer, she was the Miss White.
oh, Colleen Camp.
Yeah, Colleen Camp. Oh,
Have you
oh.
seen her lately?
Yeah, we talked about her. I feel like not that long ago.
Because she doesn't look like that anymore.
No, but why? She
But listen,
doesn't have to.
she's a fine actress. And Clue, I always thought, but people hated it when it was out. I was in high school. I always thought it was an underrated movie.
I thought it was fun.
They're like, we made a movie out of a very popular board game. And people were like, why would you do that?
It's a figure it out.
But it's one of them figure it outs that Mary loves. But if you like that movie Knives Out, which I know Bill liked, I loved
Yeah,
it.
it's on Amazon Prime right now if you want to watch it for free.
Yeah.
And you have Amazon Prime, of course.
Yeah. I think that might have been the last movie I saw in the theater before everything shut down. Was Knives Out. But Clue is obviously along those lines. Good cast. Michael McKean's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Clue's one of my still wrapped
Christopher
movies.
Lloyd. Really? You've got it on DVD from the Walmart $5 bin?
Yes. Some of them are Blockbuster, wherever,
I understand.
depending on how old it is.
What's the oldest one you think you've got?
I brought it
you don't
Wolfman.
have Blockbuster in like the old clamshells, do you?
No.
Like the rental case. You don't have those.
No. You mean the movie that is the oldest or the one I've had the longest?
The one you've had the longest. What was Exhibit A in what would become a ridiculous Mary Santora DVD collection?
Oh, man.
Do you know?
I have no idea.
Do you remember the first DVD
I've
you
had
bought?
Office Space for a long time.
Yeah. That's one that I ended up, I go, every once in a while I go, I wonder if I have Office Space on DVD. And then I have 8 copies of it.
Yeah, that's how I end up with
Yeah.
multiple copies of things. I have 2 Mean Girls. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That's what she calls her breasts, Bill.
2 Mean Girls.
Why are they so mean?
Ask them. Don't ask me.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Haven't been touched in a while.
Hi. What? Okay, so you've got a bunch of Office Spaces.
No, I have one.
Oh, one.
I don't know. I have no idea what the first DVD I bought was.
Very first DVD I ever bought was The Matrix.
There he is.
1999, I believe, is when that came out on DVD.
Lost in Space.
Who's Austin Space?
Lost in Space.
I don't remember. It's Austin Powers is what you're thinking of.
In Space.
No.
Austin Space.
Joey
Austin
from
Powers.
Friends.
It was Mike Myers.
It's actually the
Gary Oldman was
Spy
in
Who
it.
Shagged Me.
Huh?
That's the first one. Austin
Lost
Space.
in Space, The Spy Who Shagged Me?
Austin Space, the spy who shagged me. He's an astronaut.
Lost in Space with Matt LeBlanc?
Yeah.
And who? William Hurt was the dad?
William Hurt was the dad, and then Gary Oldman was
Oh, right, Professor.
the doctor.
The doctor.
Whatever it was. But I think that came with our computer. So
They couldn't get people to buy it.
well, it was like a rebate thing. So it was like if you buy this computer, it has a DVD player, and then you send away, and they send you the DVD of Lost in Space.
Oh, boy.
And so
It's like box tops.
I then hooked up our computer to our TV using an S-video cable and was able to watch the DVD on the TV, but realized that I also needed sound. So then I bought like a really long cable so I could hook up the sound from the computer. And this is like 97. Like nobody had a DVD player yet.
I was doing that up until like 6 months ago.
Until
Until I got my new TV, my smart TV in November or in March. That's exactly how I was watching movies.
But I had to do. You had to do the sound too.
No, I had an HDMI cable.
See, the
but
HDMI
still.
wasn't a thing yet, so I had to do the S-video cable, and then I had to do the aux cord too.
This sounds so old timey, like how when people wanted to play like a CD and they had
You had to put the tape into the tape deck and plug it into your Walkman.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Your portable CD player.
Discman.
Yeah, I was gonna. It's not
Discman.
a Walkman. But
It's a Discman.
I always used to laugh at that. If I saw that now, I don't know how I would react. I think that would be a deal breaker.
Not too distant past, Mare was doing that.
In your
Basement
car?
Mare.
I feel like people progress with their car
no.
game more so than their apartment game.
No, in the apartment.
I know a lot of people who live in crappy apartments but have really nice cars.
Oh, I remember I was driving like an 84 Monte Carlo or whatever it is, and I had my Discman. I had affixed it with some of that like foam adhesive or whatever onto my dashboard. So if I was in the slim chance that I would ever get a lady riding shotgun, right? Just be able to reach up there, pop that puppy in there, and then plug it right in.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah!
Plug it in, baby!
I didn't realize Lost in Space was that's 98.
98. So yeah, I guess it was around then.
They rebooted it for Netflix, and the show isn't very good, but the woman who plays the mom, this actress Molly Parker, foxy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Because Mimi Rogers was the mom in the movie.
Yeah, I like that cast a lot, actually. Because I was also the age where the girl that was like the young one, I can't remember her name, but...
Lacey Chabert was from Party of Five was in Lost in Space.
Yeah, she was like my age, so...
Yeah,
she
Mean
was
Girls.
cute.
Heather Graham was in it.
Yep, that
was supposed to be...
Hot cast. That's a hot cast.
But it was supposed to be like Matt LeBlanc's big breakaway from Friends was going to be Lost in Space, right? And then it flopped. And he's like, what am I going to do now, man?
Look, Joey's an astronaut. Is it about astronauts?
Yeah, it's about astronauts.
That's just what I'm assuming if it's about being in space.
There was an old TV show called Danger, Will Robinson. You remember that reference? There was an old TV show called Lost in Space about... There was a very old story called The Swiss Family Robinson, right? And then someone made that into the Space Family Robinson, and then I think Lost in Space was part of that.
That's the way they went with everything back in the day. There's either you do it old-timey or do it futuristic. You got the Flintstones and you got the Jetsons. You got the Swiss Family Robinson and you got Lost in Space Robinsons.
Yeah.
But I watched that movie a bunch of times just because it was the only DVD we had, and I loved it.
Finding
just
Nemo
for having that.
Might have been, or Elf. Finding Nemo or Elf might have been right around when I started buying DVDs.
Okay. I feel like Elf is an early purchase in everyone's DVD collection.
So good. This is like 2004?
Probably.
I think it was my freshman year in high school.
2003 or 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard from Steve, who is our bureau chief at Fort Hood, Texas, and he is currently deployed in Africa. And he said, I can't say where I am.
Bless the rains.
But I'll be here for 6 months, and I'm listening to the show the whole time. Let Mary know that she inspired me to stop drinking altogether.
Hey, good for you, man.
And that's hard as hell.
Start smoking crack.
Oh, that is in there. I'm sorry. And that's hard as hell in the Army, he says. Stay strong, Mary. You are awesome, and you should come visit Fort Hood sometime. That's probably some kind of military code for,
visit Fort Hood.
Foreskin?
Oh, come on. We were thinking it. You just had
You want to check under Fort Hood and see how everything works?
I bought condoms today. Bring them to Fort Hood.
Let me finish this first. Put a pin in that. The Wi-Fi kind of...
Oh, never mind.
The Wi-Fi kind of sucks out here, and the mail takes a month, but if you guys ever want to send any snacks, maybe some new stickers. Also, that guy who listens, one of your bureau chiefs is in Rota, Spain, and boy, is he lucky. That place is a vacation. So there you go. Two ends of the military spectrum among our bureau chiefs.
Nice. Because
Stephen is in Africa, and Nick is our bureau chief who is currently in Rota, Spain. So you purchased condoms.
I thought that was the invitation for that.
I assume that is in preparation for some weekend fun.
Magnums, how big are you?
You wouldn't...
How big am I?
You wouldn't
What's your
buy...
volume?
Wouldn't that be hilarious if a guy was like, oh, I don't need that. I'm like, yeah, you do. That's for me, not for you.
You wouldn't buy them randomly. There's no reason to just buy condoms.
Magnum female condom.
Yes.
That sounds like an SNL sketch.
I was cleaning my entire apartment today, and I was going through like my closet, and I was pulling out candles and stuff because I was putting out springtime candles instead of whatever. And
Pardon me.
There's different scented candles. So there's like autumn candles and spring and summer candles, like fresh grass cut or rainy dewdrops or whatever,
You can open your window and probably smell a lot of that.
I have them open right now, but I wanted to pull out some new candles.
Where's my goddamn rainy dewdrops candle?
But I realized that
smells like sunshine in here, and I want rainy dewdrops.
Yes, there's like fresh cut tulips.
That's right.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different
That
ones.
was my porn name, Bill, was Rainy Dewdrops. My short-lived adult film career, by the way.
My suicide girl name was Fresh Cut Tulips.
Well, that's why they've lasted so long.
Fresh cut tulips?
Yeah.
But I realized I didn't have any, and it's been a long time since I bought them. And I'm like, well, I'm starting to date again. Maybe I'll need these.
I'm starting to date again. Learning to love again. All right.
It's more hopeful than anything.
You got follow-up date tomorrow with...
Follow-up date tomorrow with Ice Cream Guy.
I saw the ice cream business is in real bad shape, so do whatever you can.
Really?
Are you going back to my buddy Paul's Scoops?
No.
Oh, in Tremont? Go back to Scoops.
I can't believe that. I see ice cream trucks on the road all the time.
Yeah, but people can't go to ice cream places, I don't think. Is Mitchell's open?
No,
I mean,
they're
Mitchell's
doing,
is open, but they're
curbside.
doing curbside.
Well, there you go.
And I love Mitchell's. I love them so much. But in the age of people licking ice cream, they got to put some plastic film or something on the top.
I thought they do.
No,
What do you mean plastic
then
film on
maybe
the
I got
top?
a licked one because
You got a licked ice cream?
I don't know. They don't have that. I got some a little quart of Mitchell's the other day.
Oh, and the pre-packaged ice cream,
Yeah.
like
And
the
then-
film that you peel off.
Yeah, I want the film.
I see.
Or something to let me know that it hasn't been opened by somebody else.
So you're worried that somebody would do the old licking thing?
Yeah.
Why don't you get it from... Oh, Mitchell's is closed right now.
That's why I grabbed from the back of the case.
Also back of the case.
That only ensures that an employee has perhaps licked it. And I just feel more comfortable knowing that someone official might have licked
But
it.
Now, I
ice
still ate the
cream-
ice cream, so I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah,
But it's
right.
still in the back of your head.
You would be able to see it.
The lick?
Yeah.
Not if they know what they're
tongues
doing.
are warm
Not
and
if they
ice
know
cream
what
is
they're
cold.
doing.
And
Yeah.
if you put your tongue on it, it'll leave a mark.
That's if you were to just lick it and indent it. If you were to lick the whole top and even it
Oh,
out.
the whole thing and then
Whole
put it
thing.
back.
That's
No,
right.
you would be able to tell.
Well, not only would you be able to tell, I imagine someone behind the counter would see someone licking the entire top of a pint of Brambleberry Crisp while they're at it. So you bought condoms just to put it out into the universe.
Yes.
Hey, if I buy these, boy.
At least I'll have them.
You know how well that worked for every teenage boy. If I
I'm gonna
buy
have
these,
some
I
raggedy
bet I'll
condom
use them.
in my wallet forever.
Somebody will show up. Oh, I had a ring on the outside
yeah.
of my wallet from unused condom.
But
I
the-
did
all
too, but
throughout
from
high,
a pog.
all throughout high school.
Can I show you my slammer?
Well,
it's holographic. My holographic slammer.
we were both getting laid the exact same amount, so
Yeah.
no one can laugh at the other one.
But yeah, I realized I didn't have any. The guy that I was hooking up with, we had been together. We had knew each other in high school, and we had that conversation. And I trusted him, the FWB from last year and up until quarantine. So we weren't using a condom. And then I was like, man,
FWG.
I don't know friends with what?
No, fat white ginger.
No. He was ripped. He had abs and he was very muscular.
So that's why it didn't work out. He wasn't your type.
Yeah,
idiots.
he was a ripped white ginger.
He was not a ginger.
Okay.
But so yeah, it was basically I was cleaning out my closet and I was looking for stuff and I was like, oh, I don't have any of these. And I'm like, maybe, hopefully, I'll need one soon, and then I'll have it.
So when the quarantine lifted, did you? And again, you can't speak for but I'm just curious anecdotally. When the quarantine lifted, did people just go back to the last person they had sex with? Were they just going back into the well because of the
Probably.
familiarity, or
I was.
Yeah.
Well, and we had been hooking up, and it was one of those things where it was comfortable, and we knew, and it was safe and whatever. But that was where
and
my
not
mind
using
was.
condoms.
No, we
Look
were
at
hooked
you.
up for
But then
almost a
he-
year.
Look at you. I still use them with my wife.
Well, that's
You're
just who
weird.
you are. I've also been on
is who
birth
I
control
am.
since I was 16.
Yeah, well, I think my wife's on birth control too.
You really don't want to take any chances?
I don't want another baby.
Plan B?
I have pill baby friends. I have more than one.
That only happens if you're on antibiotics.
That is patently false.
It's not.
Again,
Or if
all
you
I'm-
don't take them, I take them at the exact same
by
time
the
every
way,
day
whatever,
for 14 years.
whatever. Just because it hasn't happened yet. For
I'm
somebody
fine.
yeah, so far you are.
I'm going to be fine.
Things don't happen till they happen. Listen, I don't care. What I'm saying is, for somebody who is so vehemently against having children, even though we know you'll have one, boy, you think you'd be double rapping.
I do. Well, no, just with that guy. It got to the point where we had been together
What's
for
so
a few
special about
months.
him? A few months.
Well, I've known him for
I've
15
known
years.
Listen, I've known this guy for 6 weeks. It's
I've
time to
known
pull the
him-
goalie.
I've
It's time to pull the
known him
goalie.
since I was 14. We've
What
known
does
each other
that have to do
forever.
with anything?
I trusted him.
Because you've known him for so long? I've known people my whole life I wouldn't trust to sew a shirt for me.
Well, you're probably not sleeping with them.
Not anymore.
Didn't he
I
end up
trusted him.
getting
and-
into a relationship during quarantine?
Yeah. What?
Do you think that
Did he use a
started
condom with
during
her?
quarantine?
I don't know.
Aren't you going to want to find out?
We hadn't hooked up since the end of January. So there was plenty of time for him to have met somebody.
That's not my question. If he's coming back from a relationship with someone else, are you going to get him back on the rubber train?
This isn't him.
Oh, this is a different
This is
guy.
just preemptive. I'm just buying
This is
condoms
wrong
in
text guy.
case.
I see. Okay.
This is the text that she sent to the guy.
We're going out
see.
tomorrow.
It wasn't
Yes.
supposed to be sent until she ran it past her sisters.
Going to get ice
Understood.
cream and then cake afterwards.
See what he did.
Cake.
All right, listen, I got a break. If you're on hold, I'll grab you on the way back. If you want to send a text, 35192, and we'll be back after these.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio.